So, last week I didn't video at all, didn't vlog at all. Now it's Tuesday evening, and yeah, I haven't been in a very positive or creative headspace, I guess. So vlogging went to the back of my mind, but we're here now. And I so easily could have put it off again this week, but you've got to break bad habits, and there's enough bad habits in terms of exercise and things that I don't break. So yeah, you've got to break bad habits. So we're here recording on the drive home at 8:30 on a Tuesday evening. I've just left a school, done a new reception parents opening evening, which was good, and they're always important to be at. But anyone, I guess, who does any form of free marketing or stalls or stands or networking, anything like that, sometimes you go to them and they're great, sometimes you go to them and they're not so great. Today was a good one of our busier schools, and really good opportunity to meet the new parents coming in September, explain to them about what we do, explain to them what provision their child can access, and talk through how we can make that transition as easy as possible. Obviously, coming from nursery up to school is a big transition. There's a lot going on, and when some parents need to put their child in wraparound club till 6, that is a big difference for the child as well. So yeah, good to talk to parents, and should mean good things for us in September also. What's annoying is over the last 10 days, despite not being in a place to want to vlog or remembering to vlog and getting out of the routine of turning the camera on, actually done some good stuff, especially in the new nursery. Lots and lots of changes, lots and lots of plans. Had another meeting with another new setting we're looking to acquire, put it forward in my mentorship group to run the numbers, look at if it's a good deal. We concluded that it is a good deal, so I've got another follow-up meeting tomorrow before we look to make an offer. It will complement the group of nurseries got really well, are fitting really well, got a massive outdoor space. It's got its own private forest, so in that sense, phenomenal space. Very big setting as well. So at the moment, out of our 3 settings, only 2 of them have the capacity to go past kind of 30, 35, with one setting having the capacity to go up to 60. This new setting has the capacity to go up to 50, so it will join one of the bigger settings. A very established setting. It's not a setting that we will need to grow half as much as our other settings. Our current settings require a huge amount of growth, which has a huge amount of upside, acquire it for a low price, provide a huge amount of value to the business without having to spend too much to acquire it. The more recent one that we're looking at now has a very good occupation already, still can be increased and still occupation can be maximised, but it's got a much higher occupation. So just making sure the numbers are correct and how we finance the deal. It is a deal in which we are going to look to seller finance as much as we can. For people that may not be aware of what that is, it effectively means rather than us having to give all the money on day one, or having to loan the money, all of it in one go, and paying a huge interest rate, we effectively arrange with the seller that we will pay them instalments monthly for a period of time, and kind of benefits everyone in the picture. The only time it's a negative is if the seller needs the money day one to go and reinvest it or retire. So yeah, I'll keep you updated on that, which is good. Another thing that's quite good this week, and will make this vlog actually look good and look more interesting, in my opinion, is I've got filming 2 podcasts, which is good. I'm excited. Haven't filmed a podcast in a while, so it'd be good to get back filming podcasts. I've got 2 lined up this week, one tomorrow, which is Wednesday, one Thursday, and then I'm waiting for confirmation of another one booked in for next Wednesday. I'm very confident that, down to the people that are on these podcasts, it will lead to many more podcasts to come with people that naturally will want to be on the podcast because of the person before them, which is nice. It will create a nice rhythm and natural flow to guests, rather than don't really like this. Having to try and convince somebody to go on the podcast, and that's, I guess, part of the job. But it's nicer when, you know, it's just people you network with, and you're like, hey, do you want to share your experiences? And you arrange it. So tomorrow we have got Charlie Norton, who is now a business broker, but has bought and sold many companies, and sold his last company for 7 figures plus. So he will be a very good podcast guest. The thing that he wants to discuss is the negatives around dodgy brokers.
+44 740.
Thursday, we've got one of the directors of a very large cleaning company, and to me it's mysterious because I don't yet, other than the research I've done, I haven't personally met this individual. I've been put in contact, it's been arranged by a social media manager who also managed one of the other podcast guests we've had, and she's arranged it and very keen for it and is very excited for it. I'm excited for it, but the first time I would have done a podcast with someone that I haven't interacted with myself a huge amount, so yeah, that'll be good too. Hello. So it is Wednesday. We are now 2:55 in the afternoon, and the day has been non-stop. Hopefully Sydney got a little bit of behind the scenes for you. So we did a podcast today with Charlie, which was good. Only really spoke to Charlie over the phone and on Zooms, so really good to see him in person. I think it'll be a really good podcast for anyone specifically that is interested in business and very much around buying, selling businesses, mergers, acquisitions, all of that nature. So really good. Podcast was later than expected. Charlie got stuck in traffic, so that was later than expected. We had a lot to talk about, went really well, so also went on longer than expected. So then literally went straight into a Zoom call around another nursery acquisition, which is really good, progressing really well. Really hopeful for that. Hopefully that can come off and I can explain a little bit more about that to you in the future. And now we are on our way, because Wednesdays I can't do a tennis after school club. Lovely bit of driving there. What's going on here? So yeah, literally not stopped. Got a meal deal on the way. Eat the wrap quickly before, because I am absolutely starving. But yeah, we're here. Tennis after school club, really good, nice. So far, touch wood, my Wednesday tennis club, it has been sunny every single week except 1 week. I don't want to jinx it, but it makes it a lot better, a lot more enjoyable. Get out on a proper tennis court. And yeah, it's just a lot more fun for everybody. So let's go to tennis. Need to get changed as well, so in a bit of a rush, but we will get there. Hello. So it is one of my delivery days. We are on our route to tennis after school club, which is always pleasant and a lovely thing to do when the weather is so good. So I've been absolutely rubbish at this face track is not working. What's going on here? I've been absolutely rubbish at recording. Had a chat with Sydney this morning, who puts the vlogs together that we're going to have. They'll sit down and go through what I have and haven't recorded, and get back on track. Been awful at recording, had a bit of tough time in general, and combine that with just being really busy, it just gets pushed to the back, as you do with a lot of things. If it's not at the top of the pile, you push it to the back and you think, I'll do it when I get around to it. But we're back, we're out doing tennis. The weather is unreal. What a day to be a sports coach. Don't get the same feeling in the winter, but it is still good. This week has been a good week. I just feel like constantly chasing our tail at the moment, though, in terms of it's a good problem to have. But yeah, I feel like we're chasing the tail a lot at the moment and just trying to get on top of it. So new nursery come in, a lot going on there because we want to get a lot more children in for September. So getting the marketing, building the new website, making sure it's all linked up, so as soon as it goes live it's really good. So look forward to showing you that. Had a meeting about that this morning and I wanted some changes to the website. It wasn't quite on a colour scheme, and for me it's really important. I want the website, our brochures, everything to look the same. So for a parent, when they get given the brochure, when they load up the website, it feels like they've already seen it before. I want to do that across everything. All this will be built on Go High Level. It's being built on a white label version, but it's all the same as all Go High Level, so that was good. One problem we're having at the moment, not problem, that makes it sound really bad. One big thing at the moment is getting more people in both businesses. So looking at recruiting lots of people for both businesses with a huge amount of roles. There's a few roles starting straight away or for summer jobs, but a lot of them are to start in September. This in itself, I'm sure it's the same for everybody, brings on a lot of challenges and a lot of things you're trying to avoid. So how can you bring on a large amount of people in the most time efficient manner possible, but making sure it doesn't minimize or reduce any stages of the recruitment process. So what I mean by that is we put on, so we've got 3 nurseries, we put on an apprenticeship position in each. Switch arms because my arm hurts. We put on an apprenticeship position in each. We had over 70 people apply, in essence, for 3 positions. And being it's an apprenticeship position, it's quite often whether they've finished school, whether they've finished college. For a lot of those people, they might have a little bit of experience in preschools or nurseries, but for a lot of them, very little experience. They're still on their education journey, so you're also not getting too much from their CV. And yeah, just trying to figure out the way in which to review all these candidates, telephone interview all these candidates, in-person interview all these candidates in the most time efficient manner is definitely been a big task over the last week. So Hannah, one of the nursery managers, is going to help with all those apprentices going through and looking at them all individually. But yeah, big problem, trying to look, like I say, get the best way out of it. Jobs go up on Indeed like they do for most businesses, and then it's just making sure that we find the best candidates. I think there's a common theme, anyone who runs a business and kind of watches any content on people that run much larger businesses, they always say how much you need to prioritise your staff, your people, and what they bring to the team. So really important that I'm a part of that process, but it can't be, you know, in essence, it can't take up my whole week. It needs to be done in a way in which I can still fit the other things in the week. So yeah, interesting challenge, enjoyable challenge, but definitely a big one at the moment. And for example, on Tuesday I was trying to do a load of interviews for, we got a compliance and operations manager position in the nursery business, and I was meant to have 3 interviews, ended up having 1. One did rearrange, one just didn't show up, and no shows drive me crazy. Drive me absolutely crazy. I've got no issue when people plans change. You know, if they may have a bad day and they were interviewing after work, just let us know. No shows are an absolute killer in the interview process. So if anyone's got an amazing way to help prevent that, that'd be great. That's enough for me for talking for now. I need to get my JC Sports top on, and there's tennis club. So come closer, George, come closer. Nice. So it is Thursday and we've got another day of unbelievable weather. Unbelievable weather, been really good weather all week, with the exception of doing tennis club yesterday, being stuck inside quite a lot. So today was looking like it was going to be the busiest day of the week, and then it turned out not to be, in the sense of I thought I was going to be in the nurseries in ratio the best part of the day. due to some other staff being available to help out. Greatly appreciative, and a little bit of illness and things like that. It turns out I wasn't needed in the settings, so it's great. Got to make the most of that and catch up on a lot of emails, get myself just straight from an admin perspective. And fortunately enough, I decided to do it from the garden at home, which not everyone has that opportunity. But like I said, I've missed out on a lot of sun. Really nice sitting outside. Thank you very much. Making the most of the sun whilst it's here. I think it's meant to be until start next week, and then we go back to typical England. So yeah, good. I'm now heading down to one of the nurseries though. Just check in, see how the group are. In one of our settings we've had the manager and a full-time staff member off all week, which has made a massive impact, been massively missed. So yeah, important that we check in with those staff a little bit more often than maybe we normally do. And I put up a LinkedIn post for a position that we are trying to fill. So within the nursery group we've got 3 settings. The plan is to have kind of 5 going into 2026 and continue to build the settings and the group when it's right. I don't have any specific target and number in mind. It's more about the settings specifically. Do they fit the group? Where are they located? Do they fit what we're trying to achieve? But yeah, so we got a role currently available as our compliance and operations manager. Effectively what their role will be is overseeing the nurseries within the group, checking that they're compliant with Ofsted, and then overseeing any kind of loose ends operation in terms of rotas and things like that nature. Job's been out on Indeed as a sponsored job. I think looking at about 25 applications for the role, which is reasonably good. Once you then go through and look at people that have got the experience that you're going to need, it comes down dramatically. I've not had much luck yet in terms of the interviewing process around it. I touched on it in yesterday's video, but since recording yesterday saying that I had a no-show, and people rearrange, one of the people that rearranged from Tuesday rearranged to yesterday, which was Wednesday, and that was after work as well. So I've been in the office during the day, I've gone out, done the tennis after school club, I've then gone back to the office, and they were a no-show, and it just baffles me, absolutely baffles me. And you know, we're talking people, they're deeper into their career, they're looking for the next challenge in their career, they're probably sat at nursery manager level somewhere else. Just let me know if you can't make it. Really, really frustrating. So yes, we're still recruiting. I've got a few interviews lined up for next week. We'll put a post out on LinkedIn. I think we'll get a job up on LinkedIn as well and see who we can recruit through that avenue. But there's still some very, very good candidates going for the position. But you really want to make sure you're getting the right person for the team. It's a very important role. They are going to be, leading a number of people within the team, so not something I want to rush, and I will keep you guys updated. Right, so just leaving the office now. Let's turn that off. Just leaving the office now. Had another podcast today with Paul from Clean King, and a really good pod, especially if you're interested in scaling, especially a cleaning business, but any business across the whole of the UK. They work all up and down England, in Scotland, and now over in Northern Ireland as well. So yeah, if you're at all in that space, then I'd definitely say it's worth listening to. But yeah, good pod, good discussions. Similar to see how much of his journey, specifically around staff management and acquisitions, which he's obviously doing on a 20-30 times scale in terms of finances, in terms of number of staff. You've got 1,000 staff, so huge operation, but so many things were exactly the same as what I'd say I've experienced in the acquisitions we've been through and as we've scaled staff. So it's interesting to see that those things are the same. issues and problems, but obviously on a much larger scale. I am now having a bit of an odd part of the day, so I've got a meeting 2 till 3 with the marketing plan for the nurseries, but I need to cover in a school this afternoon in West Sussex, just until another coach is able to arrive. So I need to be at the school for that meeting at 2 p.m. So I'm going to use the time between now and then to get around, quickly go and see the nursery setting on the way, check in with the staff, have the meeting at 2 o'clock, and then be in school for 3:15. Hello, it is Friday. So yesterday was a good end to the day. Can't remember why I didn't do record, but went and viewed at both nurseries down south quickly on the way to the school I needed to attend for 3 o'clock. I had a meeting at 2 o'clock regarding the marketing for the nurseries, which went well, building out a whole new website, linking it in to go high level, and then building the automations around the marketing. So it'd be good to see that go live, but it will take a little bit of time. So hopefully get that all turned around in 2 weeks, and then we can start pumping the ads out and getting new people in the settings. After school club was good. Always interesting bopping around and seeing settings that you're not always at. And my most recent thing is trying to act like it's my first day. So if it's a school that isn't one of my schools, or schools that I've been in a huge amount, I'm not their normal teacher, and they're like, who are you? Then I'll tell them my name and like it's my first day, and then every now and then a year 6 comes along that recognises me from before and ruins that fun. But it is quite good. It's more fun kids thinking it's your first day than thinking you're in charge. So yeah, that was good. Today's Friday. The weather week that we've had has been very podcast, in-person in school, in-person meetings. Had very little time to keep up to date with emails and bits of admin. So today, office-based, really need to get my head down and get up to date with that before the weekend.